Today we're taking a quick look at the Sigma 30mm f1.4 DCDN. Now, in case you missed it, last week we talked about an ultra budget cinema lens for the GH7, which is the C-Ray 16mm t1.2. And if you are interested in that lens or information about that lens, check out the link in the description below. But this week we're gonna do something different and talk about one of my favorite budget autofocus lenses for the GH7. The Sigma 30mm f1.4 is one of my absolute favorite lenses as far as autofocus lenses for the Micro Four Thirds system. I actually owned it previously when I worked with the GH5 and the Pocket 4K, and as soon as I was sent the GH7, the first lens I purchased was the Sigma 30mm f1.4 DCDN. But with that, let's break down why I love this lens, starting first by talking about the overall image performance. The 30mm f1.4 DCDN is one of my favorite lenses for this system for a couple of different reasons. One is the fact that you are getting an f1.4 aperture, and on Micro Four Thirds that does allow for you to get some low light performance, which is really nice. But match that with the 30mm focal length, which inevitably is around a 60mm field of view on Micro Four Thirds, you are gonna get some really good lens compression, which with that f1.4 and that slight lens compression, you're getting some beautiful subject isolation. And so if you do want that more quote unquote cinematic look, whatever that means, then this may be a lens to consider. Now, while this lens was said to be on par optically with the Art series lineup from Sigma, there are a couple of sacrifices you may make looking at the older DCDN lenses, one of which is going to be, there is going to be some chromatic aberration. And something else to consider is with older Sigma lenses, you are going to get some focus breathing. And so if that's a deal breaker for you, then you may not want to consider this lens. It's not a deal breaker for me. And so I really do like the optical performance of this lens. And so overall, I'm really happy with how this lens performs optically. And so let's talk about what I think about the overall build of this lens. Now, there's really not much to mention with the build of this lens. It's a high-grade plastic lens with a focus ring, and that's really it. I believe the filter thread is 52mm, and I don't think that there's any weather sealing. Really, you're just paying for a very basic lens with really good optical performance. Now, that should not come as a surprise because it is offered at the price point that it is. But with all that said, again, it's a very simplistic lens. It's nice and compact, and so if you are looking for a nice, compact, really good optical performing lens, this is definitely it. And so that kind of naturally leads me into who is this lens for? Honestly, if you've just picked up a GH7 or for that matter have a G9 Mark II and is looking for a really good compact autofocus lens, then this is one that I would check out. If you're a Micro Four Thirds user in general and want that 60mm field of view and a good low light performing lens with a good modern, sharp, clean aesthetic that we've known Sigma for, then I would definitely consider checking out this Sigma 30mm f1.4 DCDN. And so that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just a quick look at this older but really good autofocus lens for the Micro Four Thirds system. If you do have any questions about this lens, let me know in the comments below or reach out to me on Instagram and we can start a conversation there. As always, thank you for joining. Go and find your journey. Go embrace life. Peace.